Good morning. This is a new vlog. I should have had this one up a long time ago, but things and situation haven't allowed for it. The weather at the moment is absolutely insane. I'll show you that shortly. After refueling the car, I have had to buy myself something to eat. We managed to take the next level of a journey. So, as of this vlog, I am going completely over to vlogs in English only. I'm just going to explain now in Swedish, so that the viewers of the Swedish version understand why. Hej och välkommen till denna vlogg. Från och med denna vlogg så kommer jag gå över till att göra mina vloggar enbart på engelska. Detta för att jag får mer views och det blir lättare för andra att förstå vad jag säger. Jag har väldigt många som är från Ryssland och Brasilien och USA. Det är mina vloggar emellanåt. Jag upptäckte det här då jag har lagt mina vloggar på min privata server också och håller koll på antalet besökare dit. Och bara den senaste veckan har jag haft närmare 250 besökare som har sett samtliga utav mina vlogfilmer som jag har lagt ut där. Och de är i princip bara på engelska. Så ni får acceptera det och jag hoppas att ni stannar kvar med mig. I'm going to turn the camera around now so you can have a look-see for a couple of kilometers what it looks like. So the camera doesn't actually give a fair representation of what the weather really is like and the road conditions, because it gives a little bit of an orange hue to it to make it clearer. That is the same principle as these new so-called driving glasses. That's also called clear vision. This is not a sponsored advertisement in any sense of the word. It's just that I use clear vision for myself, and it is one of the most remarkable driving experiences that one has. No glare from oncoming traffic, and the picture is always clear even at night. So if you're out driving and you want to keep your eyesight clear and free from any impaired vision, I recommend you strongly to buy clear vision glasses. The weather has been really insane lately. It has just snowed and snowed and snowed and snowed again. The road conditions today are absolutely treacherous, but since I don't have any choice in the matter, I have to be on the roads. This is because I do a monthly shopping, which means I have to buy food for the coming month and also traveler's food, which makes it much more easier to handle when visiting hostels and bed and breakfasts. because then I just have to go down to their kitchens that they all bed and breakfast and hostels here in Sweden provide, and make myself what I need to eat for the day. Since I don't eat more than once a day, it is imperative to be certain that the food and the calorie intake is just what I need. Just during January, I have lost, well, since Christmas Day, I think it is, after all the Christmas food and all that, I have lost 12 kilograms. I don't know what that is in pounds, but I suppose you can use a pound converter or weight converter or mass converter if you want. Windows 10 has an excellent one there where you can choose speed and distance and volume and height and all these nice features. As I say, I'm heading into Skellefteå. It is a town approximately 890 to 1,100 kilometers north of Stockholm. Most people in the world know where Stockholm is, or Gothenburg. The city on that I'm going to is approximately, as I said, 800 to 1,100 kilometers north of Stockholm, and 2 days drive from Gothenburg. This time of year it is supposed to be temperatures of minus 30 degrees Celsius and so on, minus 35 degrees Celsius. But today we only have minus 7, and it has not been down under minus 15, except for one day when it was down to minus 33. And in other words, this winter has been exceptionally different. What has happened during January month? Well, I have done some traveling down to Sundsvall and Timrå. I haven't actually been out of the country, although I wish I had. It's a question of finances and possibilities. I would like to go to Brazil in February, in the middle of February, and then especially to Sao Paulo and the surrounding areas. And that is due to the fact that I have some new friends there, and also because I have seen that in their imagery there's quite a bit of dramatic photography to be done, and I also want to get some heat so that I don't have to freeze my arse off, excuse the expression. But it is really something that I need due to my work-related accidents. I will try and how can I call it, sync this to the other camera so that I also have a frontal view up in the corner up there. If you like this new version of my vlog, then I would appreciate if you press the subscribe button and gave me a thumbs up. As I said, I haven't been doing this for very long, and it isn't the easiest thing to do, and of course I would have had the pleasure of having some company when I'm out driving and riding like this. But since I'm single and I've been that for the past 4 years, then it just has been me on my own adventures. Here is one of the problems with this kind of cold snow. If a car passes you, especially trucks, then there's so much snow dust that one becomes snow blind, and this snow blindness makes for very bad vision whilst on the road, and it is even worse with trucks than with cars. Nowadays all the cars also and the trucks have these LED lights on them, and the LED lights don't melt the snow in the same way as the old globes did. So one can be driving along at 90 kilometers an hour or 55 miles an hour, and then suddenly you have a truck or a vehicle standing in the way, and you can't see it at all. And as you might know, that you that are drivers, that there is something that is called clear, extra bright red light backwards, and also extra lights in the front. But the red lights, even they are nowadays LED, so the visibility doesn't increase at all, other than that it is very much brighter, which in a sense is pretty logical, that it should be more visible. My car, on the other hand, that I'm driving, it has the conventional light bulbs. The front lights have been modified to halogen lights, and the globes and the globe lights at the top of the light ramp in the back are this new LED globe version, so it'll fit in this car as well. But all the other lights, the brake lights and directional lights, they are conventional, so they at least melt the snow behind me. I am soon in the city. It is a distance of 50 kilometers, or 56 kilometers to be exact. This is a shorter stretch. I live outside of the city, away from people and the noise, and also because as I'm very often away and on the road, having a cheap rent in a very nice apartment is a big plus, which I would say well, you know what I mean. That leaves more money over to other things that I want to do with life. I will be ending the vlog temporarily here because I have to keep my eyes on the road and not flip back and forth between the camera and that, and also because it's of the increasing traffic, and that usually indicates that something has happened, so I better keep my eyes on that for the time being. I hope you stay with me in the next section, and it might be dark by that time. Right, I am back. Now, to be a little bit serious, I am back, and I am now approaching the city limits, and here we have the first of many roundabouts, and it can be, for people that are not appreciative of the surface of the road, it can be a little bit slippery, and it can end up in that they end up in the ditches. I see the truckers are standing still today because of the hill climb on the other side of the city. Anyway, this is the southern part of the city. I will be going through the central part of town shortly, but up to that point I will have to be driving through this area. One also has to be aware of the fact that if the lights turn red, one has a stopping distance of 300 feet or 100 meters. I think it is. It was 1,000 feet. 1,000 feet is 300 meters. So, well, whatever. I'm not quite sure to the quick conversion units, because here in Sweden we don't use feet. We use meters, metric values. That also goes for kilograms, pound, and centimeters and meters, and so on and so forth. Before it was they used to use cups and all this kind of crappy business, but yeah, right. Now that was a bit slippery on the road. But that was not a problem at these speeds. If I had been driving any faster, I would have ended up in the side of the road. Uh-oh. Let's just try and keep the movement flowing. Yep, it worked. That is what you call planning your driving, so that you don't have to stop unnecessarily in an uphill situation, because it can be a bit sticky. And here's somebody that's not getting anywhere. They're just standing and spinning. It is so fun to watch. The important thing is that one changes gear very fast from first to third if one is driving a manual geared car, because the less power it gives you, the more certain you are to be able to get moving easier, and you won't have to spin off the road. Uh-oh. It is very early in the morning here, so or it's 10 a.m. so the stores have just started opening. Which actually is pretty good. I will end the vlog here, and for you that are interested in watching the continued journey, you can stick around and watch it. I won't be talking too much. I'm going to collect my relative, and then we'll go to the shopping area.